We can make it if we try, just the four of us.
Just the four of us. Whoa.
Whoa.
Does it work?
Hey there, welcome to Motorcycles and Misfits, coming to you from the Recycle Garage in
Sort of.
funky Santa Cruz, California. Yeah, it was funky today.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, everybody.
Funky town.
Yeah, this is Liza. And we have some of the usual suspects, but not in the usual places. So let's get to who is joining me tonight in the studio. The only one in the studio with me. And I'm glad because he brought the gummy Mexican food.
Yes.
It's Naked Jim.
Hey, happy to be here. Yeah, it's intimate in the studio.
Yeah, and we are like 10 feet apart, so it's perfect.
Yeah, no, it's great. Got the window open and surrounded by 1,000 miniature vehicles. It's great.
Yep. And joining us remotely from hell, it's John Liotti.
Yes, I am Florida man.
Stumpy John
Florida man.
out in Florida.
I have to be very careful what I say because my mommy is listening.
Oh, hey, Mom. Hey, Mrs. Stumpy.
They say hi. I have to keep you on earphones because I know what one of you are going to say.
And, of course, everybody's favorite ginger, it's Bagel.
Back home from off on the road.
On the road again.
On the road again.
Where were you this time?
I went out to Colorado, visit friends for a week, and had a great time.
No small trip.
Wait, you usually go somewhere because you're buying something. What'd you buy?
I didn't buy anything.
Oh.
I just went to get away for a little bit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was nice. Went up
Did
the
you,
mountains.
did you drive or scooter it?
I drove. It was a little too wet and cold to scooter. Thankfully, I didn't get too much bad weather along the way. But the first day out was pretty rainy going through Oregon. But yeah, it was pretty nice. We actually got some snow in Colorado while I was there.
Well, nothing but
way up.
perfect weather here.
Nice.
In fact, I did. I'll just give a couple of reports. I did some riding.
Oh, you did?
I did. Yesterday, I rode the Triumph Scrambler.
Did you go more than 10 miles from the house?
Maybe 7. I went to the vintage bike show here in Scotts Valley.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And this was their second year. Last year they did it for the first time, and it was a bike show and a swap meet. And this year, for some reason, they split it up, so it was just the vintage swap meet. So I'll go check it out. Nice day. I got an appropriate bike now to go to a swap meet, and took the Scrambler. I'm enjoying that more. I like that engine a lot. It's a little more zippier than I originally gave it credit. But I don't like that wide flat seat and I think it's for boys and girls. You got to spread your legs far and reach forward to the bars, and it mashes your taters. It doesn't matter what kind of taters you got; they get mashed.
So interesting because the seat's so big.
Yeah, it's the seating position. Everything is on the front section the way you're riding, almost kind of like a sport bike does. But sport bike seats are still kind of contoured, and no, this is just a flat seat, and So I'm not sure how that works, but unfortunately, it was not a well-attended event. I guess they didn't promote it very much, so there was more vendors than attendees.
It's a bummer.
It's a bummer, but they all had a good time because you didn't get that many vintage bike guys together. They're all just walking over and talking to each other and buying stuff from each other, Yeah. So I saw our friend Mason George up there. He's moving his shop.
Really? Yeah, I thought so because I saw the sign. Where's he going?
He's setting up at his house. Well, this is kind of interesting. He said that he's got so much business with just regular clients and like flipping bikes that he doesn't really need to deal with the walk-in clients who are like, hey, can you clean the carbs on my Virago? He's like, we don't really need to do that. He's established enough of a business with clients and flipping bikes. And so he's building a shop at his house.
That's smart.
Yeah, yes. But it's also it's always unfortunate when you lose one of those smaller shops that will work on anything kind of thing. That tends to happen a lot. And when you have so many dealerships that won't work on older stuff. But good for him. He's successful at that. And then on Wednesday, I rode a Goldwing. You know, I saw John.
Yeah,
you didn't just
twice.
ride a Goldwing.
It's the second time.
I saw John on the freeway as I'm coming back, and I just pulled up next to him because he passed me. I pulled up next to him. I'm like, hey!
Well, it's funny when I passed you, I saw. I didn't recognize you because I would never put you on a Goldwing naturally. So that person had a Motorcycles and Misfits stick. I saw the sticker on the helmet.
Oh.
I wonder who that was. It was
yeah, so I bought a Goldwing, but I do not own a Goldwing.
It's an interesting thing.
You look good on it, though.
You bought it for somebody else, huh?
I bought it to trade for the Nikon.
Nice.
Yeah, this is the Goldwing. That's part of the Nikon deal. So the Goldwing's going to go out to Arizona, and the Nikon will come home. But it's and they're both the exact same price.
Cool.
But I've been saying a lot lately that like I could maybe see a Goldwing in my future. I got it out of my system.
You just did, and now you're done.
There you go.
I got it out of my system.
One way to fix it.
You scratched that itch.
It's a lot of machine. There's a lot going on there.
Not that I disliked it. I mean, it's a nice ride. There's a lot of buttons. There's a dang lot of buttons.
Yeah, with ADV,
there's knobs and
hard.
dials too. Knobs, dials, numbers, letters.
But
words.
what I don't like is that you're stuck in that seated position. You can't stretch your legs out. That's why I like a lot of the adventure bikes or the half naked, or kind of sport touring bikes, so you can like spread your legs.
Because you can bolt on a piece of PVC.
I can bolt on PVC.
Put your highway pegs on.
Mm-hmm. But I'm going to make a statement here, and we'll see how it goes. John, I'm just going to ask you, off the top of your head, what is the American bike?
Harley, Softail.
Right? First thing everyone thinks. I am going to say that I believe the Goldwing is the American bike.
There's a lot of leather in Florida that would disagree with you right now.
I know that. I know that.
But this is a bike that Honda designed for America, right?
This is a bike that was designed for America's roads.
Yep.
I think this is the most American bike.
You're just doing that to
it is
stir
big.
the pot.
No, I realized while I was riding it, like this is exactly made for two-up traveling on the roads. This is the Winnebago of the freeway. And I was like, this is like the most American bike. Really?
And you can send your complaints to Phil at clevelandmoto.com.
Jeez.
Yeah, and I get a lot of support on that one. But it is baby boomer burgundy red. So I'll give you that.
But I do love the reverse gear.
The reverse function is pretty fascinating.
Yeah. I'm disappointed it doesn't beep. We almost ran over a child, but
the horn sounds like a Cadillac. I give you credit. You get extra points for the horn.
I didn't try it.
Oh, I heard it. Someone did.
And I thought it's interesting that on the left hand grip there are massive amount of controls and buttons. I thought the Africa Twin had a lot. No, this is like 6 inches of buttons to control.
You have a panel. You have like a panel, multiple panels.
Isn't there a squelch button?
Well, the coolest thing is not only are there CB buttons, plural, but yeah, you have a CB squelch dial. So as you're dialing in your handle.
For your thumb.
Yeah.
But if you move your hand 8 inches to the tank, there's a whole nother set of controls that do the same thing.
For the CD. I don't know. There might be an 8-track button. I'm not sure.
Exactly.
I don't understand why they're on the dash and 8 inches away on the handlebar. Control the radio, all that. No, so hopefully it's going to a good home and yeah, I didn't honestly, I mean, I liked riding the big Indian Chief better.
Oh yeah.
Because you feel like it has a soul. The Goldwing didn't really have a soul.
It's just so big. It's just so big and chunky. I mean, I'm sure it's a great way to tour the country, no doubt about it. But it's just there's so much. It has reverse. It has reverse.
Well, I thought it was interesting. So the guy I bought it off of was selling it for his father-in-law, and he's a Harley guy, and he goes, "Well, this thing's pretty fast." And I was thinking, you know what? It's interesting if somebody has only ever ridden big twins, and then you get on this 6-cylinder Honda.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
and it's not really that it's
Japanese
faster.
Out of the box.
It's smoother, and I think it's probably got more power to the rear wheel, I'm guessing, or faster power to the rear wheel. I mean, I don't know. It's interesting, but yeah, he was like, yeah, it was pretty fast. Yeah, so that is happening. Scotty is going to take the Goldwing out.
And then you'll have your Nikon.
And then I'll get
another chapter. One chapter closes, another chapter will open.
And that one I'll be stuck with.
So I'm just looking at the Goldwing now. The 2024 Goldwing MSRP is only $24,000. That's compared to a Harley, like a full boat Harley. I thought like out of the box perform. It looks wicked too in this matte.
That's the bottom spec one, right? Or is that the top
I don't know.
spec?
It's just Honda's website. You can build from there, but. Anyway, out of the box,
I was looking at one today.
Performance, man.
I was looking at a new one today, and I think they're really cool looking, actually, for what they are.
It looks way
so much better than the old ones.
The burgundy one.
Exactly.
You're trading it for a Nikon. That all just sounds so bad.
I know. Jim, you missed. So Megan and Jason, Megan was here with the kids.
I saw them a little bit. Yeah, little kids running around.
And I gave them a mallet and things to smash. They were smashing things.
I think one of them had a metal pipe at one time.
I know. They were just running around smashing things.
The other one turned 2.
Yeah. They're 2 and 3.5 now, I think. I'm like, here's a fig, smash it, smashing it to bits. There was some terracotta pot, smashed to bits. Rocks, leaves, you name it. They were just smashing. They had so much fun smashing things. I'm like, rubber mallets, great toy to give a kid.
I think your learning curve's steep with a mallet too. You learn pretty fast, you know?
Yeah.
You're like, if you want your brother to really shut up? No.
That's true.
Well, then Yuri came by the garage. It was nice to see Yuri. He was all suited up on the BMW.
And Ray, everyone showed up at the end. It was a slow day in that 2 people at a time were coming, so I was constantly busy. As I told Jim, I never got a chance to eat lunch. But it's just 2 people at a time.
I got to share this with you. So I'm hanging out chatting with people. I think Raven and her brother, who was, what a cool dude. Yeah. He's got a BMW. And Yuri comes pulling, and as he rolls into the parking lot, you start yelling at him to go pull out of the way because the load was coming.
Yeah.
And Yuri's pulling. He yells it back. He's like, I never get a hi. I never get a welcome. I never get a how you doing. It's always go here. And it's always somewhere different every week. It's like, why do I even come here? Anyway, it was good to see him.
So he had good timing. So we got the gear load today. John, there's some stuff your size.
It was literally a truckload.
Oh, right on.
It was literally a truckload, and there was a gang of people here to help unload. And I'd set out different tables and hangers and
you did good
tubs.
Prep. You were hustling
just to so that there was just throw it in that tub, put it in that. Yeah, it worked out. We were able to fit everything in.
I was surprised
in an organized fashion, but I'd kind of cleaned.
Where did you put it?
All over. I bet it's now in the garage and in the gear room, but in an organized fashion. We now have 2 tubs of gloves. Would you say there's maybe 100 pairs of gloves now?
A lot of gloves.
Wow.
If your hand is size anything, come down to the garage. But they were Climb, they were Alpenstars, they were Dionysi, they were
Revit. There is and I'm not sure how this came to be. There is looks brand new Lee Parks one-piece tracksuit in there.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
There was tracksuit, one-piece long underwear. Yeah. It was like a onesie. I'm like, that's made for
awesome.
Christmas. Yeah.
So much luggage. A lot of the Moscow luggage. Mm-hmm. So much luggage.
A bunch of Wolfman stuff. There was a complete set of saddlebags and a tail bag kind of complete
boots. So much. And already a bunch of stuff got rid of. There were people showing up earlier today before the shipment got here. I'm like, well, let's see what we got. I'll make you a deal. Everything is free. and I unloaded a Motoport suit,
Wow.
gloves, and a jacket for the guy's wife, and they were the nice stuff.
Was that Dayglow stuff they were wearing?
Oh yeah, he got a Dayglow suit. A tank, he got a tail bag. Other people showed up, went home with gloves. I was like getting rid. I think a couple helmets went out today before the truck got here. So when the truck got here, there's a lot of good stuff, but people were going through and grabbing stuff. So hopefully we will find homes. And a lot of people have sent in suggestions of what to do with it. And I've even got an offer from a Harley dealership to do a swap meet in their parking lot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Will they provide hot dogs?
Oh, that's a good question.
I think if there's
So I'm not going to try and sell anything off. First, I'm going to reach out to all the schools and put out the word. If you know anyone here in the Santa Cruz Bay Area, put out the word. Come on down. We've got gear of all types. They're brand new riding jeans, Kevlar jeans.
Yeah, brand new riding jeans,
Wow.
brand new adventure pants, dry bags, lots of good luggage like Wolfman little roll-up dry bags and bigger dry bags. What's the suit you step into? What are those? The
The Aerostitch.
Thank you. Yeah,
Stitch. There's
if you're
a
on the-
small
if you're a
stitch
little on
there.
the smaller side, I guess there's a bitchin' arrow stitch in there.
Yeah, it looks new. So, and it's interesting. This all came mostly from one place, but there is everything from SARS small to double XL stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I knew you'd be excited. So, thank you for everyone who made gear suggestions. Now it's just getting the word out and let's give it away. There's some really nice Arai helmets.
I saw a lot of helmets in boxes and bags.
Yeah, and here's where, like, even though we're just trying to get rid of everything, like, I don't want, like, a $800 Arai helmet to go to somebody's like, oh, in case I have, like, a friend who wants to ride, I'm just going to throw it in my closet. Or, Raven was looking at it for her scooter. I'm like, I'm probably going to hold that back for, like, a new rider. Somebody really can't afford it. So there are times that I'm let's wait on that. But, yeah, we've got gear and I made it fit. I just had to kick one of my bikes out of the garage. Actually, most of my bikes have been kicked out of the garage.
Jeez.
Good thing you got a gold wing.
I know.
I saw you backing that thing up earlier.
Now, does this Goldwing have a sidecar?
It will be getting a sidecar. So the guy who wrote it is a friend of Ray Ray's, and he said that he had been in an accident. Somebody had hit him.
Okay.
And hurt his arm, so he has trouble with a regular bike, so he puts sidecars on his stuff now.
Interesting.
But he has a bunch of bikes with sidecars.
Wow.
I know, which is interesting, because usually you just have one of those. Ooh, I'm going for another corn.
Wow. And what year is this bike?
The Goldwing?
Yeah.
2012,
Okay.
I want to say.
Cool.
It's kind of interesting. Yeah, I guess.
It's so weird because it looks so good and it's so clean, but it's got a CB button with a squelch style. It's like you can't figure it out. It's like
No, that's an American bike.
it's an American.
Yeah, see? Thank you for backing up my argument. I love to make those announcements. And cubbies everywhere. There's cubbies. Even you go into the trunk, there was a cubby under the trunk.
Are there cup holders?
No.
What? No cup
Oh, you
holders.
just haven't found them yet. There's full on cigarette trays, I'm sure.
Yeah, they're going to pop out from the fairings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's I wanted to share the kind of conversations that we have in the garage. The podcast really comes from the conversations we have out in the garage. And there's one we've kind of been getting into recently that I thought let's carry it over here and see where it goes. This is kind of a debate, but also, you know how sometimes I like to appoint ourselves the authority and to declare things that are somewhat ambiguous, right? So, Well, I find interesting that there's a bunch of different types of off-road bikes, right? Yeah,
Okay.
like, so John, when I say dirt bike, name just something that falls under dirt bike.
YZ250.
Exactly. Or is that a motocross bike?
Yes.
Ah. What's the difference between a dirt bike and a motocross bike?
What's the similarity between a dirt bike and a motocross bike? That's probably the better question. Bagel.
Well, I would say that we're talking about layers here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because a motocross bike is a dirt bike, but not every dirt bike is a motocross bike, right?
Very well put. Right.
A trials bike could be considered a dirt bike, but a trials bike is not a motocross bike.
Yep.
Right.
So then, John, name a dual sport.
DR400. DRZ400.
DRZ400. Perfect. And then you also have enduros. Name an enduro.
I had a IT-175. It was technically an Enduro.
Well, what's the difference between an enduro and a dual sport?
Enduros don't have to be street legal.
Ah.
Yeah.
Then what is the definition of an enduro?
Enduro is usually a motocross bike with lights.
Okay, wait. This is getting more interesting, and I want to say,
so you're like, oh,
Where's Jim?
So what's the point here? I'm just trying to see what.
I know. Well, he's making some good point, and I want to say we have not actually looked up what the internet says definitions are. I'm going by what people's opinions are. That's what I'm asking. So, if you take a motocross bike and put lights on, it's an enduro.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay, then an adventure bike. Like Africa Twin or GS, right? Is an adventure bike.
Right.
So we've got all these different variants. Now, we're not going to be including things like flat track or scrambler, because to me, those are styles, but not actually for the dirt, right?
Except for the Ducati desert sled.
Currently. In the past, the scrambler would have been a dirt bike in the 60s.
Well, the scrambler would have been a street bike with high pipes for the dirt.
It really was the transition between they started making dedicated street
but
dirt
now
bikes.
we're talking about kind of just it's more of a style. In fact,
it's a retro.
Neil was here today with his 2024 V-Strom 1000, which looks even more adventure bikey than the past V-Stroms.
I like what they look.
With the exception of when you look at the front bottom of the engine, you have pipes and an oil filter just hanging out down at the bottom. And I went, that right there. If this was actually made to be a dirt bike, it should come from the factory with a skid plate or those parts relocated. It shouldn't have those down at the bottom.
I think the Pan America has the same problem.
Well, so to me, the V-Strom is a styled bike, not the actual dirt bike, like made for the dirt. So we're not talking about the styled ones. But when you're talking about dirt, motocross, dual, enduro, ADV, there's some bikes that I find fall in between.
So wait, you don't think the new V-Strom is on par with the GS?
No. My qualification,
that's the market they're going for.
My qualification is it has to come from the factory ready to do the riding that they're saying it can do. And if it has an oil filter hanging off the bottom of the engine, that is not a bike ready to go on any dirt riding.
Fair enough.
That's my definition. But you get some bikes like, what did I have? It just came with like a plastic skid plate. Was it Africa Twin? No, wait.
KLR.
Some of them are, it comes with that. And most people
a lot of bikes
swap
come
it out.
with a modest,
but it's
modest
something.
skid plate,
There's
something.
an effort to put.
It gives you a hint.
Yes. There's an effort to put some sort of protection under there. If there's nothing, no, it's not. It's more of a style bike. But I wanted to ask about some bikes. So obviously, like Enduro, my 690, it's Enduro. It says it on it, right?
Or is that just marketing?
Right.
Wait, what?
Is that all we're talking about marketing? Where's the line between marketing?
Because why is it not a dual sport?
And then what the products are specifically designed to do? I think because obviously there's hard enduro and hard enduro bikes that are specifically designed for that, but there's also marketing to that. I think the best example is an adventure bike. What is adventure riding? What does that mean to you? What should you be able to do on an adventure bike?
I can answer that. My definition of an adventure bike is a bike that is a highly capable long distance street bike that is also extremely capable off-road. But it's made to be a long-distance touring bike.
When you say extreme, okay, so I'm going to drill down on this a little bit because I think adventure bikes play into this great. So what do you mean extremely capable? That's a high bar. So what would you? Let's just say if you were an average dirt rider, right? I know dirt's not your favorite thing, but if you're an average dirt rider, you saw that bike, you like, dude, look at that Africa Twin or look at that GSA. I'm going to ride that in an adventure bike. And you're an average rider, where do you think your upper limit of riding would be? The difficulty. If you had luggage and you're
talking about dirt. Well, you asked me for the definition. My definition is that it is 80% a street touring bike that's meant for like hauling a lot of gear, long distance riding, but then is also capable in dirt, more capable than a specifically touring bike. Like that's all. It is.
Yeah, I agree with where Jim's going with that, because what he's saying is, are we talking about gravel roads or are we talking about hard enduro?
Well, I had a good experience with this last weekend because I went with Scotty. We were in the Southern Sierras. We did a bunch of riding and a bunch of terrain. A lot of it was really twisty, beat up pavement, but then we got into some off-road stuff. Scotty's on a Honda 650L. And then I'm on the Africa Twin, fully loaded, right? And we were both camping off the bike.
Yeah.
And, in the twisties and the pavement, it was fine, no big deal. But then we started to do some off-road stuff. And if it was maintained fire roads, without too much crazy up and down or loose stuff, no problem. Africa Twin was great. Because don't remember, I've got about 75 pounds of luggage. Yeah. So it's not, it's all on the back kind of. And we tried to do a Jeep trail. And I was like, I don't know. And Scotty kind of bipped up it on the 650. And Scotty's a better rider than I.
Of course.
Sure. Yeah. Right. But bipped up it on the 650. Not too bad. And I'm like, okay, I'll go for it. And I went up like 50 feet and immediately like started hitting this.
Yeah, but I'm not comparing an Africa Twin to a dual sport.
Or
I'm not comparing.
So here's what I'll say is both of us did about 1,000 miles over 3 days. Why is that 650 not a better adventure bike than my Africa Twin?
Because it
did everything I did and more.
But it's not going to be as comfortable with more gear if you're doing long distance touring.
Or do you need more gear?
I'm talking about as a touring bike. A definition of touring bike to me: carry a lot of gear, go 80 miles an hour comfortably, maybe even 2 up.
Yeah.
Would you say that the XR650L will carry a lot of gear and 2 up comfortably 80 miles an hour?
2 up, no. But I saw Scotty do all of that.
There's a definition.
2 up. So 2 up is, but are you really going to do adventure riding?
But it has the capability. That's why you would need a large.
Yeah, but how many Africa Twin commercials or whatever?
A lot of people use it for touring
with 2
and
up.
that's why
KLR would do that.
That's why I said the adventure bike first is a touring capable bike first.
So do you think the KLR might be a better adventure bike than
but hold on. And look, even if you want to look at the GS, you have a GS. Is that a adventure bike? Is that a capable bike?
It's marketed as an adventure bike.
What about the GSA?
Yes.
I would say they're capable.
The GSA is more so.
What about the GS Rally?
I would say they're all very limited off-road. If you're not on a semi-decent fire road, you're going to have major problems.
My point being that the GS is more of a touring bike, and then you get into the adventure and the rally, and they're more and more dirt capable, but still the same base. So even just on the GSs, you have the degrees change of how off-road capable. But to me, the difference between an adventure and an enduro or a dual sport is that it is more touring oriented and capable, which is why you would have a large bike. Okay, so I'm just messing around now with the terminology. So your 690 Enduro, what do you think the difference between that is and a Honda 650 and XL650?
To me, that's a dual sport, not an Enduro.
But what's the difference between the KTM and the Honda?
Yeah, the good
one's
point.
An Enduro, one's a dual sport.
Right.
I don't know.
By
Right, the Honda
John's
pretty darn
definition,
What?
the Enduro is more dirt capable than a dual sport because the dual sport is supposed to be half street, half dirt.
And Enduro's more dirt oriented.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, you're not dealing with DOT regulations on an Enduro bike because it's not intended for the street.
Well, but it's street legal, so you have to. But
no,
the,
an Enduro bike.
But the Enduro
is.
I think that a dual sport is meant to be 50-50. As
Yes.
capable in dirt as it, but an Enduro
Sure.
is maybe
Yeah.
70-30?
Well, take my Honda 450.
70 dirt, 30 road?
My Honda 450.
I don't think I think an Enduro bike would be something that you just, if you have to hop on a road to get to the next trail, it's okay. But it's not made for the road. It's not street legal.
But my Enduro is.
Here's an Enduro. It's a dual sport.
My Enduro is an
It just
Enduro.
says it's marketing.
So here's what I'll say. My 450, they also make a Honda CRF 450. I think it's the X that is marketed as an Enduro bike. And there's small differences, but I can't remember exactly what they are. So you've got like the X, then you've got the R, then you've got the LR. And it's all based on the 450 engine, but they do have an Enduro 450.
So let me ask you this. What is the Tenere 700?
See, that falls in that weird category.
This is what I said about ambiguous
Like the KLR
bikes.
650.
I say
the KLR and the DR, all those, they're not Enduros at all. They're really dual sports, but they're kind of bigger. They're made for a little more extension on roads, especially the KLR and the Tenere.
So what do you say the Tenere 700 is?
it's an easier to pick up adventure bike,
which
is limited in your off-road ability unless you're a good rider.
Yes.
If you're a good rider, it opens all the doors for you. But I think if you're an average rider, still the Tenere 700, if you get into anything more than moderately difficult terrain, you're really going to have a problem.
And I find this interesting because adventure bikes traditionally have been larger displacement, but now we're getting these mid-size adventure bikes, which is getting into the enduro dual sport. Like, you know, you get a Husky 701 and a Touareg 660 and the Tenere 700. Are they all? What are they? What do you put the category? Do you put those in?
Yeah, right. It depends on the marketing.
I would say they're
the marketing.
more dirt capable adventure bike.
Yeah, I think they're still adventure bikes, but they're not dual sports or dual bike. I mean, they're still tough to ride in challenging terrain, especially if you got luggage. I mean, you see these commercials of guys are ripping it up and flying on the sand or flying around these dirt corners. I'm telling you, when you got like 70 pounds of luggage on the back, it's a lot harder than it looks in the commercial. That's for sure. But I think the 700 would just be, it's an easier way to get around on an adventure bike. Like I went up this Jeep trail, we went up and I crashed going up it. Then I had to get down. So take the boxes off.
That's the worst.
Yeah. And so I took the boxes off, which I would do on a smaller bike anyway. But then wrestling the Africa Twin, because I couldn't quite make a U-turn with it. So I ended up backing it down for like probably 15 minutes.
Oof.
Yeah, but you have no other choice, right? And I'm like, dude, if this was 75 pounds lighter, it'd still be heavy, but it would still be 75 pounds lighter.
Yeah, it matters.
Yeah.
It matters.
Yeah. So, but again, it's marketing but like I was talking with Scotty about it, and Scotty's like, an adventure bike's whatever bike you take on an adventure. I mean, in reality,
this is true.
Well, you do have guys like Matt. I mean, I've seen Matt take his GS in some gnarly-ish stuff.
Well,
not as much as
we know GS riders that can ride a GS as well.
Oh, Jocelyn, of course, yeah.
Anyone can ride.
We saw a Ninja 250 on the sheet iron. So is that a dual sport bike? Apparently so.
It is now.
Well, wait a minute.
Hey, I rode my Vespa GTS 250 on the Burr Trail in Utah. So
yeah, so there you go.
So by definition, if you put dirt tires on a street bike, is it then a dual sport?
If you ride it in the dirt, heck yeah. If you don't ride it in the dirt, then no. It's I don't know what it is.
You mean like a Nikon?
Yeah. What if I put dirt tires on that? What would that classify as? Well, I can tell you, I've just been referring to it. I've just been referring to it as the abomination. It's an abomination. Well, I just find it interesting. The mid-size ADV class is growing. Oh, there's a cat. Where'd she come from? And I find it's getting into the dual sport and enduro kind of mix there. So that's why I'm like, Jim, you really want a Tenere 700, but how is that different from a Touareg or a Husky 701 or any of those other enduro dual sport or even the 650L, Yeah.
Not much different. I mean, it's all just, everything's going to be a trade-off. So I think if I step up to the Tenere, it's slightly more comfortable.
Better on the road.
Yeah. Better on the road, better ergonomics, better wind protection, not quite as dirt bikey. So I'm trading off the dirt bike capability, for comfort. Like I said, we went from Santa Cruz to Porterville. Like I said, we were doing like 300 miles a day. So, comfort matters. But some people, other seats aren't as, they can ride lots of miles on a shitty seat. So it kind of depends.
Scotty doesn't care.
Yeah. Yeah. So it kind of just depends on, what your riding preference is.
So I'm going to propose a test that can help qualify what a bike is. And that is, how many people does it take to pick it up? If you cannot pick it up by yourself, it's an adventure bike.
There you go. Well,
don't tell Jocelyn could pick that bike up though.
Yeah, but it's cheating when you have the big side panniers on it, so it only goes like 45 degrees.
Well, part of adventuring is going by yourself. So, I mean, at least to me, right? Adventure riding is you go by yourself, and so you kind of have to be able to pick it up by yourself, or be very patient, one or the other.
Yeah.
Well, there's always a way to pick it up. Well, depending on how the bike's lying, I suppose, but. but maybe it's a question of how difficult it is to pick it up.
So, Bagel, we know that we have the adventure scooter from Honda. Is there a dual sport scooter?
Aren't they all?
A stock one.
Aren't all of them?
Well, not one that's intended to be, I suppose. But I mean, anybody could make one into a dual sport.
So, do you qualify the ADV scooters as actual adventure, like off-road scooters?
No.
You think it's just an adventure style?
I think so. I've never ridden it, so I don't know firsthand what its capabilities are. But with a 150cc automatic motor, I just don't think that's going to be capable of a whole lot of rough terrain, to be honest.
Well,
it'll be good for going on like a dirt path somewhere, like through a little campsite maybe. It'll be fun.
And has anyone made a dirt scooter before? A stock dirt scooter, not modified?
I'm trying to think.
I mean, technically, well, I know that it qualifies as a motorcycle, but we gave you guys the Cub 125, didn't we?
Yeah, but that wasn't meant for off road.
Yeah,
I mean, that was really the Trail 90 when that became an off road bike. I don't think there's ever. I might eat my words, but I don't think there's ever been like an off-road styled or intended scooter. I mean, other than the original purpose of scooters, which is to navigate bombed out streets after World War II, to take on that kind of rough terrain. But like off-road, I can't think of anything.
Maybe there's a market there.
Well, yeah, I just find it interesting that there are some bikes that just fall into I'm not sure what that is. I guess mid-size adventure is a new qualification. Now it's a very cloudy, like between an enduro and a dual sport. When you get all the same engine size, the XR650 is a dual sport. The 690 is a enduro, and then a Tenere 700 is a adventure bike. I just find it kind of interesting.
And Honda's coming out with its new XL 750 adventure bike.
Yeah. So, wait, I don't understand that. Oh, you mean the Transalp?
Transalp.
Oh yeah, the Transalp. Yeah.
Starting at $9,999. So for under $10,000 MSRP.
Well, hey, you guys want to try and play a game?
Sure.
Do we have a choice?
Okay.
I can't take my pants off. My mom's here.
Okay. So I created a game. We're going to see how this goes. Jim, do you have your game sheet there?
Yes.
Show me which one I gave you. I think it is.
I have 4 pieces of paper with a penis drawn on them.
Stop. Okay. So Okay, great. So when I was out riding the Triumph the other day, just kind of I took the long way home, just going over the hills, and I saw some interesting street names. You know our method. You just kind of just go up in the hills and just kind of wing it and just go, as we say, use the water method to get home. Just go downhill. And I passed a road with an interesting name, and it made me think this could be fun. It's a game called the Street Name Game. So we're going to create 2 teams. Jim, who would you like to be your partner? Which one of the guys do you want as your partner?
No, that's hard.
I'm going to flip a coin.
Oh, no. You want the drunk guy or the other drunk guy?
Okay, I'm gonna ask the drunk guy. Drunk guy, pick a number, but 1 or 2.
3.
Oh, it's Bagel.
Are you taking Bagel?
No, I want drunk guy. I'm taking drunk guy.
You're taking John? Okay,
Yeah.
I got Bagel.
No offense, Bagel.
Okay, here's
That's
how
all
the
right.
game's going to work. Both Jim and I have a list of street names that you'll find here in the Santa Cruz area. But Jim will go first, and then I'll go second. You guys, so whoever your partner is, you pick John.
Yes.
John, you're going to have to try and guess what these street names are, but he can't use the words that are in the street name, so he's going to have to describe them. I will tell you these are all 2-word street names, and it either ends in road or lane or drive or court, something like that. But you just need to guess it. And now I'm going to just do a little primer. This is a road, and this is a 3-word road that I found. Jim, if you'd be my partner.
Yes.
Just to give you an example how this works, I will give you the clues, and then once you get the words and put them all together, that will be a ding. You've said it right. So I'm going to say first word, not new, but
Old.
and the second word, not down, but
Up.
all right. And the third word, a southern slang for just over there.
Yonder.
Put them together.
What was the first word? Something up yonder. What was it?
Not new.
Old. Up yonder.
There you go. Ding, ding, ding.
That's a road?
You got it. Yeah. I
Old
saw
Up
a road
Yonder,
called
okay.
Old Up Yonder Road. So that's kind of how you play the game. Jim, I will keep track there.
Is there a new Up Yonder Road?
I know. And you will do 60 seconds.
Okay.
See how many you can get in 60 seconds. So let me get the timer up.
So am I starting, and do I go through all these?
Yep, you're going to do as many as you can in 60 seconds. Okay?
And who's guessing?
John is guessing with Jim.
This could
Okay.
go very badly, Jim. I'm just saying.
Some of these roads, just so you know, you won't recognize the name, so it's going to be like an ugly game of charades.
Okay. Do you think is 60 seconds enough? Or
That's probably plenty. Yeah, it's probably
Okay.
painfully enough.
Are you ready?
Listo.
Go.
Sure.
On a hot day, I like to get a cone of this steep hill.
Ice cream grade.
Yep. Ding.
We saw the Hare and the Hound race, and they ran it on that hare jogging trail.
Hair dragging
Hare like HARE.
rabbit.
Jog.
What's the second word?
It's kind of like
Run,
jogging.
rabbit run trail.
Ding.
Yeah.
Next.
All of us that ride motorbikes like this road because all of us ride a very, sometimes you see it on a knife, a very,
Blade.
yes, sometimes a blade can have a very,
Razor
Yeah.
edge.
yes, edge, close to razor, something else edge.
Knife.
Time.
Okay, thank goodness. Okay,
You got
no,
that.
it's hard, dude. Okay,
What is it?
It was
Thin edge road.
thin edge. I wasn't doing well.
Thin edge road.
Okay,
Wow.
All right. You got 2.
okay.
Can you bring your timer up for me? I'm going to do bagel.
Okay.
That sounded horrible.
He should get a handicap because of my current situation. So,
It's a hard game.
or I can't say that anymore. Sorry.
All right, let me know when you're ready. We'll see how many I can
I gotta
get.
find my clock. Yeah. Okay, ready,
Yep.
set, go.
A type of rock usually used in a quarry and used on buildings, very hard.
Granite?
Yes. Second word, not a river, not a stream, but
Creek.
yes. Put them together.
Granite Creek.
Great.
Granite Creek Road.
This next one, not forward, but
Backward.
just
Reverse.
cut that in half.
Back.
Yes. And not a farm, but a
Ranch.
yes. Ding.
Back Ranch Road.
Yes. And the next one, this is where you go to have meetings, corporate meetings. You would call it like when a group gets together, they have a
Convention.
close to it. Everyone gather for it's time for our
Congress.
annual meeting, which might also be called a
Gathering.
It is a type of a gathering, and you may get on a call, a certain type of call. Yes,
Conference
and the
call?
second word, the thing your feet stand on when you walk on the earth. The second
ground?
word, the earth. Yes, put them
Conference
together.
ground?
Yes. All right, next one, not west, but
East.
and not a door you'd have in the fence. You'd have a
Gate.
yes together. All right,
Eastgate Road.
yes. The next one, the king rules his.
Kingdom.
Nope. The Chinese.
Empire.
Yes, and
Empire
you
grade?
have a steep hill which you measure the.
Empire Grade.
Yes.
Am I supposed to be stopping you?
Yes.
Okay, done.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, we got 5.
All right. Well, I see how you practiced. I know. Okay, I see how you did this.
I gave you an example.
I see how you did this. Okay, is it my turn again?
Oh yeah, no, that was
Oh, it's
it.
one
That's
and
the
done?
game.
That's it.
That's it.
Oh, we gotta get one more
Oh, you want to do
shot.
some?
Well,
All right.
yeah, you were
all
all,
right.
like,
All right. We get another
competitive and
60
shit.
seconds. Reset
All
because
right.
we got more. I'll let you get more. Okay. Let me score you here because right now the score is 2-5.
Yeah, you got a little bonus time there because I got confused. so.
Okay, I'll give you.
We got to get at least 3.
I'll give you a little bonus time. Go.
Okay, thing that grows in the woods. It's tall and has leaves.
Tree.
Hops on the ground in the woods.
Tree rabbit. Tree squirrel. Tree.
It's green.
Hops on the
Green and hops.
ground. Frog. Tree frog.
Yep. Okay.
Lane.
Ding.
A pair of people born at the same time,
Twin.
and then not a mountain, but a little mountain.
Hill.
Yep.
Put them together.
Put them together.
Twin Hill Road.
Yep.
Next.
Crazy or a type of flower that grows on its own,
Weed.
like a animal,
A type of flower that grows on its own.
like something
an
that
animal?
would just grow on its own in the woods, or an animal could be this, or
Barrel.
similar.
Wild.
Yes.
Wild.
And then it's pretty and grows and has leaves and petals.
Wildflower Road.
Yep. You got it.
Ding, ding.
And then sometimes I'm scared of my own.
Shadow.
And then a babbling.
And time.
Brook. Shadow Brook Road.
We have
Time.
to answer. That counted.
All right. You got 3 more, so you have a total of 5.
9.
You have 5, right? The last one you got was Wildflower Lane.
Okay.
Yeah, and he almost got Shadowbrook.
Oh, you didn't give us that.
It was time. He hadn't gotten there. He didn't shout Brook.
Whatever.
Well, that means, Bagel, we only need 1 to win. Are you ready?
Okay.
Tell us
I'm
when
ready.
to go.
Go.
This is a farm animal with horns that will eat cans.
Goat.
Yeah, and this is not a butterfly.
Time. Sorry.
not a butterfly. Yes, put them together.
Goat moth.
Yeah, dang. This one is a sport where you hit a small ball on a green.
Lacrosse.
No, small ball on a green
hockey?
putt.
Golf.
Yeah, and then after you go into to have a drink.
Club. Golf club drive.
Yep. Okay, the next one is a color of grass and and then measurement of landmass. And also a famous TV show.
Green acre.
Yeah, there you go. And not sad, but
Happy.
and the area between the 2 mountains.
Happy Valley Road.
Yeah, and the last one. I couldn't find it because it was
Hidden.
yes, and not a brook.
Time.
All right, we get the point.
Okay.
Okay,
we
you
won.
win. You win.
9. Okay. What do you guys think? Those are all street names here in Santa Cruz.
I learned some new ones.
Yeah, right? Well, you have to go find Old Up Yonder Road.
Yeah,
Let me guess where it is.
Up in the mountains.
Yonder.
Up yonder.
Old Up Yonder. I thought that
Was
was
it off
fun.
Mountain Charlie Road?
All right. No. I don't I think it was off Granite Creek. Is that Granite Creek that comes from Scotts Valley up over?
It is. There was another one off Granite Creek. That must have been where you were at.
Yeah.
Like Rabbit Run was up there too, or some other one.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
it's off of Granite Creek.
Bagel, I have a question for you.
Yes.
I noticed that there are some recent announcements of some new scooters coming to the market.
This is
my
true.
question to you is, do we care?
Well, maybe.
So first off,
that all depends.
One of them is a Honda and one of them is a Lambretta.
Indeed.
Brand new.
Mm-hmm.
And they are both electric scooters.
Mm-hmm. They are.
So the reason I was like, do we care? Because, what's the number one excuse people say why they don't want an electric motorcycle? Myself included. It doesn't have the range to go ride with all your friends on gas bikes, right? We go out, we ride for 4 or 5 hours often. And it's hard to do that on an electric bike. But how many people besides Bagel and his close friends are going and riding for 5 hours on a scooter?
Not a lot of people, I will admit.
So it makes sense that maybe electric scooters are the better intro into electric vehicles than an electric motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
And so I noticed that Honda making an electric scooter, that we're not talking about some Chinesium little thing.
Mm-hmm.
Honda, it's going to be a good product. And Lambretta? Lambretta makes some good looking stuff. So I sent the links to Bagel and I said, Bagel, what's your opinion? Do we care? Are these going to make a dent in the world? Are these going to bring more people over to electric? What do you think?
It's possible. I can't predict the future, but there's some interesting stuff here that is at least encouraging, I will say. First, let me talk about the Honda. This is called the Honda SCE concept bike. This is technically still a concept, so future final production may vary, but it looks like they are going to be producing a bike similar to this at least. Mm-hmm. There wasn't a lot of information about it in terms of specs, but it is a really good looking bike, I think. It's very, very clean, sort of a classic scooter type design. But looks very, modern styling, I would say. Mm-hmm. And it's they quoted it with 41 kilometers of range on a single charge, which is not a lot. That's only about 25 miles.
Yeah.
But if you're riding around a city and just running some errands, going to you're going to work, whatever, and you don't have to go more than 10, 20 miles in a day, or it's a very useful bike for that. But the interesting thing about the Honda SCE is that it has a swappable battery. Yeah. So
that's not made for this market because the U.S. didn't sign up for that, right?
Well, it's not a subscription type swappable battery. It's a battery that you can just take out and put another one in. So you could buy two batteries.
Okay.
And you could have one on the charger and one in the bike, and you can go run errands, whatever. And if your battery's getting low, come back home, swap the battery out, and go back out for more errands. So,
and just to clarify, this is not the Moto Compacto that we're talking about.
No, this is not the Moto Compacto.
I don't know if you saw the Honda scooter, but it's pretty sleek.
Yeah, it looks great.
Sleek looking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they from what it sounded like, Honda is planning on using the swappable battery technology in other bikes coming in the near future too. So how practical and useful that is, I think will be proven by time. But I think it's interesting that Honda's going this direction, and I'm curious to see how that pans out.
So we might care
I will also
about
say,
this. Okay.
Yeah, possibly. I will also say that this bike probably is not very fast. I'm guessing it probably has a top speed of about 25, 30 miles an hour, just because it's not intended to be a high-speed bike from the looks of it. So that's the Honda. Now, the other bike that was announced at EICMA is the Lambretta.
You should look this up. The Lambretta Elettra?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Elettra.
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 Yes. Elettra.
Is Lambretta a Piaggio, or is it somebody else owns it now?
I have no idea who owns Lambretta. I didn't even know that there was a company named Lambretta making actual scooters.
Okay.
Because it's one of those things where the brand has been bought and sold. It used to be a clothing company. It used to make watches. It's been all kinds of other things. But apparently, it's now being used to make scooters. I don't know who's building them. I'm assuming they're probably Chinese manufactured, but I don't know for sure. Now the Lambretta is it's also built as a concept, but from what was being said in this article, it sounds like it's probably going to be fairly similar, the actual production bike, and they are planning on taking this into production. Now, this bike does not have a swappable battery, but
it does do something cool.
It is powered. It says it's powered by a 4-kilowatt permanent magnet synchronous motor capable of producing 11 kilowatts at peak power. Claimed torque is 258 Newton meters, or 190-ish pound-feet.
Wow,
that's crazy.
Yeah, gobs of torque, and the top speed is 110 kilometers per hour, or 68 miles per hour. That is impressive.
But you weren't impressed with the styling.
Well, this. It has the overall shape of a classic Lambretta Series 3.
But like from Blade Runner. It looks
futuristic.
It's like a max headroom version of a Lambretta. It's got all these weird angles that they've added in there, which, knowing the classic Lambretta styling, it's just the kind of it takes away all the curves and kind of makes you look at it and just kind of go, ugh.
But this one does something cool that I wish more scooters did. Did you see the feature of the tail section?
Oh yes, the whole tail section apparently has a hydraulic lift system where the whole rear bodywork pivots up and forward. To reveal the drivetrain underneath.
So the battery and the motor, you press a button and the whole tail section just goes up in the air like a hood of a car, exposing all the inner workings. Right. And I'm like, well, that's cool because Bagel, you got to take a bunch of stuff off to get to things.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
Here's the purist. Here we go.
Now, this is not me being a purist. This is me being just practical. I see all kinds of glitzy, glamoury, fancy things on this bike that, to my eye, just do not look production ready and probably may not be so durable in the real world.
Hold on, Bagel. Hey, John, when you're chewing, can you lean into the mic a little bit more?
No. Sorry, I don't know if I'm muted.
Yeah, you're not muted.
So, like for example, one of the things that they mentioned in the article here is that the bike has retracting brake levers.
Didn't they? I heard somewhere they're wooden.
Yeah, I saw something in there. I was trying to find it. I can't see it.
Wooden brake levers. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it said something about wooden brake levers. I'm like, why would you make brake levers out of wood? Now, I'm not seeing it in the article now, but it says about the brake levers here. It says the turn signals are it's talking about the handlebars, and first of all, the turn signals are integrated into the ends of the handlebars, which are like little lenses on the end of the handlebars. Those are going to break real quick. And says, and if you look closely in the photos, you'll see that the brake levers can retract to a position that makes them flush with the handlebars. Why? Why would you want brake levers that retract?
Why?
And how do you stop them from retracting at a time when you need them? I don't understand this whole point here. it seems to me like this is entirely a vanity feature and has no practical purpose whatsoever.
Have you been to Italy? You have been to Italy, right? So vanity with no practical purpose does sometimes.
That kind of describes the whole country.
Yeah, but this is also something that I don't think you should mess with a safety control like brake levers in this way that should be retractable, because whatever this retracting mechanism is another piece that's going to break at some point, and they're either going to end up like retracted, into a position where you can't get them out, so you can't ride the bike, or they're going to be like retracted halfway, so you can't use the brake levers. That seems to me like a real liability.
So you're not completely sold on this yet.
I'm not completely sold on it. Now, I obviously have not seen it myself in person. I have obviously not ridden it. It may be a good bike. I don't know.
All right.
But it seems to me like they're going for a lot of real glitzy, just sort of flashy stuff on this bike to make it look super cool and super, super fancy in the attracts that's going to attract a lot of buyers. I don't think that's going to pan out that way.
Okay, so let's boil it down. The new Honda electric scooter, Bagel, do we care?
I think if you need relatively inexpensive intercity transportation, yes.
Okay, and the Lambretta scooter, Bagel, do we care?
If you're looking for something that is new and different, and are willing to take a big risk on untested technology,
then just get a Benelli dong.
Well, you could do that too, but then you'd be riding on a purple seat.
All right, so jury's still out. You want to wait and get some more info on that, I'm guessing.
I'm curious to find out more. I'll put it that way. I am very impressed by the performance that they quoted on the Lambretta. Although I will mention one thing is that they said that the range is probably not going to be very, very, very big with that kind of performance. They're estimating the range is probably going to be about 25 miles, if that.
Are these for sale in America?
Not yet. They're not actually in production yet.
Okay,
but
yeah.
They apparently are going to be going in production. I have no idea if they'll be coming to America or not.
Yeah, because you could see in the European market it being popular, like a plug-in scooter you can charge in half an hour, basically, and go 5 miles. That's mostly
this one doesn't. I mean, this one will charge up. Depending on how you plug it in, they're saying that if you use a fast charger, you could get it up to 80% in about half an hour.
Yeah. So that's and I think. Keep in mind in Europe too, and like as you know, it's more just a basic form of transportation. Yeah. It's like the cheapest way to get around town without getting stuck in traffic. So I don't know.
Yeah, but with the performance that the Lambretta has, it would be a much more capable bike than the Sony or the Honda. Sorry.
Well, cool. Thank you, Bagel, for that.
You're welcome.
We have a lot of emails to get to, so I wanted to get into to emails, and I wanted to share this first one. This is from our friend. I hope it's Joris, but it's possible that maybe it's Joris. So it could be either. But he was sending a suggestion for a topic. I want to share this suggestion with you. Okay. He says, hey, I thought this could be fun for your next debate club. What cocktail goes best with each bike brand or even a specific bike? I thought of this as I was making a Negroni for myself, and I thought, gosh, this would be so appropriate if I had a Moto Guzzi. He says, I have a Versus currently, which is not so exotic, so maybe it pairs with a simple bourbon and soda. And I responded to him, thanks for the suggestion. I really appreciate it. However, I do not drink and alcohol makes me sick. So this is a game I cannot play because I don't know what anything is.
Everything's a Shirley Temple.
But I was telling Jim, I thought it'd be fun in one of our gatherings. Let's play a game called Liza's the Bartender. And I get to just mix things together and see what I create for you guys.
I like it. I do like the premise of the guy's game. So, I know you don't drink, but it's kind of fun to think about, like, what would be a mind eraser. What bike would that be?
Right. Well, I can't play this game if you guys want to make suggestions. So I said, but I'd like to hear another suggestion from you. Just this was like the worst suggestion for me is drinks.
Oh, yeah.
But I thought it was cool. I mean, I guess what? Would a whiskey be a Harley?
It'd be American. Well, unless it was Canadian or,
I don't know.
Or Scotch.
So he said, okay.
Or British or whatever.
He said, how about food pairings? He says, my Vespa goes with the gelato. Mint green to complement the color. My Versus is like a pot roast.
Pistachio gelato.
A pot roast, not exciting, but reliable for Sunday dinner. A Harley might go with a 32-ounce T-bone, and a GS would pair with Jaeger Schnitzel. He says, if you get the Niken, that would go with something exotic and weird, like a pufferfish sushi.
Yeah, some weird shit you get in Singapore.
So I like that. So, like, what drink or food do you think like a Goldwing is?
Oh, man.
Tom Collins.
See, and I was thinking like a big chicken pot pie or something. It's all in one meal.
Well, it's got to be Japanese. Like a big ass Japanese meal. I don't even know. Like a whole cart worth of dim sum.
A tuna pot pie then.
Sushi boat.
Sushi boat. Yeah, a sushi boat. Perfect.
But you know what? I would like to hear.
What about a ballpark Frank?
Ooh,
come on, that's.
I don't know why, but a Tenere 700 just came to mind. Just a.
Yeah,
simple, get it done. You know,
XT250, like an old
simple
Yamaha
and get
dirt
it
bike
done.
yeah.
You're hungry, just shove it in your mouth.
Yeah.
So, hey, but this is an opportunity. I would like to hear from other people. Tell us what bike you have and what meal or drink you think it is. Right? Yeah.
I got a Gixxer. It's like a Red Bull sake bomb.
That's funny.
So I think Liza's triumph would be fish and chips, I'm sure.
Yes, with the green peas.
Not the mushy peas.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but your
green peas.
seat. Look at the seat. It just says green peas.
But then you're just saying, what, all British bikes are fish and chips?
No.
No, of course not.
Okay.
What else do they make there? Some Indian food, like an Atlas 125.
No. I'm going to say, no, hold on. Hear me out. Because the Scrambler hints at being able to do a little bit of off-road. So what might you find going off the road onto a dirt path? You might find...
Mutton.
Exactly.
Yeah, mutton.
I'm saying it might be mutton.
Mutton could
mutton
be
roast.
We ate a ton of venison over there. Anyway.
Yeah, I know.
I like that. It's a fun game.
What's the KLR?
I was kind of thinking KLR was a hot dog.
MRE.
Is KLR a rum
KLR equals
rum and
MRE.
No, that's venison.
KLR is what you would eat when you can't eat anything else.
Yes.
It'll keep you alive,
That's
but
what I
you're not
mean.
going to...
Right. It's venison.
Not going to taste great.
That freeze-dried
It kind of
chicken
is. Little
risotto.
gamey, you're right.
So would you say that my elite scooter is top ramen?
That's that
buy-
Sobo
you buy
sushi you get at the
7-Eleven
gas
is-
station. That sushi at the gas station with the
Exactly.
spam on top. That's what it is.
Oh, I don't know. We can have a lot
My-
of fun.
My uncle's a shot of plum schnapps.
Ooh,
There you go.
that sounds.
And
wonderful.
John, are you? I don't know if you saw, but I sent you some emails on
Yeah.
your phone.
Yep.
So I have one more I'm going to read. Well, just make sure you get that one. This is from our friend Jocko. And he said, in response to last week, we were talking about that Royal Enfield Himalayan that says it needs a fork oil change every 5,000 miles, which made no sense to me. But I talked to this weekend at the Vintage Bike Show. I talked to somebody who said, yeah, I don't trust the oil they put in those.
Really?
And it may possibly be a cheap oil that breaks down, which is why they say every
That's what
5,000.
somebody was
Could.
saying is the shit they put in to begin with was bunk.
So, but Jocko says fork oil gets old in use in race bikes. And again, clarify. We always say when people are talking about things like this, like race bikes are a completely different thing.
Yeah, you're talking in terms of hours, not miles.
Yeah. But he says in race bikes, we change it at least twice a season. It doesn't get contaminated from mechanical parts like engine oil, but just goes through a lot of high pressure squeeze through valves and heats up and loses viscosity. Probably still too short for a maintenance interval for a street bike for the Himalayan, of course, but most people should change the suspension oil way more often. So that is something I didn't consider because we were thinking about contaminants in the oil, but he's saying that it can heat up and lose viscosity from being all the pressure that it's under. So maybe it's possible that on the Himalayan, I don't know, it's under more pressure.
Well, another possibility too is that just that there could be some friction in there that causes microscopic metal particles to be suspended in the oil, and you don't want that to be sitting in the oil for too long over time.
It just seems weird that the manual would say to replace the fork oil more often than the fork seals.
Well, it's a consumable item.
Yeah, but fork seals are rubber.
Right. But if the fork seals are still good and the oil is losing viscosity, why would you replace the fork seals?
Yeah, just because fork seals are something that age or use will wear them. So
True. Yeah. And quality rubber may not be the greatest, but inspect it when you're changing the fork oil, and if you need new seals, put new seals on.
There you go. Well, it's interesting. Thank you, Jocko, for giving us another perspective on that. Jim, you have one there to read?
I do. And this is from Mark Kaufman.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, what's happening, Mark? And let's see. Oh, I said something else. Anyway, picture is from my birthday. Thanksgiving ride last year. Notice that Minnesota snow is in the background.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. I was kind of rolling my eyes about the color debate.
Oh, right.
Until Liza said silver. Here's my 1982 Yamaha 650 Seika, a model that only came to the U.S. One model year and only in silver. Canadians got some sweet red burgundy ones, that burgundy boomer you like, and the rest of the world had a few more choices over the years. Sorry, I can actually read. I just can't see these words. You got to print these bigger. Yellow one. Look at Kenny Roberts' edition, the RZ350. You'll know you should listen to Stumpy John calling out Bumblebee Yamaha. And I've never made the Ducati mistake, but I've always wanted and definitely would need it to be red. Keep up the great work. Love y'all.
Yeah.
So Mark Kaufman. Thanks, Mark.
So Bagel, last week we were talking about what is the right color. So what is the right color for a scooter?
Any color you like.
No,
pistachio green.
If you can only have one color going forward, what color is the right color?
Well, I mean, that's a personal choice. I don't think you can't prescribe
Big Brother's
that.
coming in, the right color. I think silver is a good choice. Silver is classy and fits just about anything. You got.
I mean, there literally have been scooters of every color. So,
but you got
take your pick.
Silver Vespas, silver Harleys, silver Ducatis. It is a color that really does go across everything.
Especially with a little metal flake in there.
But Liza, did you say that you don't like yellow bikes?
I don't like yellow bikes.
You own a yellow bike.
I've seen you eat yellow snow.
I know.
You built a yellow bike.
I know.
Right.
But I don't like
he chose
bikes.
that color.
I know, because
Exactly.
it's a Yamaha. I was going with the classic styling.
Right.
I should have painted it silver. Well, on that,
actually, that'd be the kind of cool look with the silver and that the Yamaha stripe.
Yeah. John, I think, did you have another one about the color there?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, what you got?
This is from Jesse Fatboy Moore.
Hey, Jesse.
He said that. He said that. I didn't say that. Hey guys, I just listened to your podcast on what the best color of a motorcycle should be. I'm an old Gen X metalhead who's into cruisers, so naturally my choice of color is black. But when searching for my last bike, I couldn't quite find what I wanted in my price range in black, but I found this sweet Road King in silver at a hell of a price too. At first I thought I was just settling for silver, but soon realized that I really do like it. It's visible. It can be dirty as heck and you can't tell. It just gives that classic look, and you don't see many in silver. So my vote is with Liza's original pick of silver. Oh, and about the off-road Nikon, I say you only live once, so why not just do it? Signy shine up, Jesse.
See, I'm and as we look around, everything SV650s come in silver. Everything silver.
My Tacoma's silver metal
is a
flake.
Looks
great, and it does hide the dirt.
My Bergman's silver.
And what I like about his story, it's not black, which is great.
Yeah, and he sent also his old lady pic, a picture of his old lady.
Oh, very nice.
With her Can-Am.
Right on.
So I appreciate it. All right, cool. Let's see. Who hasn't read one? Bagel?
Yep. I've got an email from Zach Cyphers.
Hey, Zach.
Hey, Zach.
Hey, Zach.
Come to the Tour Tech Rally, June 2024.
Right.
Ooh.
This has come up lately.
And Zach writes, hey, dear Misfits, I want you to know that I'm typing this email with great effort due to a freshly lacerated right hand.
Ooh.
I advise other listeners to not do as I did if you're a spare parts hoarder like I am. You never know when you might need it. Please move the bin of rusty exhaust bits out of your work area so that you do not accidentally graze some gnarly bits of metal and end up bleeding all over your garage.
Oh,
I just got back from getting my updated tetanus shot and am bearing the pain just long enough to write this message.
All right, good tip.
He's a tough guy because this is a long email. So he says, I wanted to answer a question you put out to the listeners in the last episode. If any of you can manage it, you absolutely should come up to Washington for the Tour Attack Rally. It's June 27th to 30th, 2024 in Plain, Washington, about 2.5 hours east of Seattle. If you haven't been to Tour Attack and you're even just mildly interested in adventure riding, you will love it. It is, according to one friend who works in the industry and travels all over the country doing events like these, the best rally of its kind. Picture a massive parade field lined with vendor and dealer tents. KTM, Yamaha, Triumph, Ducati, and Harley will all have bikes to test ride there. Food trucks will serve delicious food, and there's a lovely diner across the road from the rally grounds that has respectable barbecue and a filling breakfast buffet. The event area is adjacent to a section of the Washington BDR, and my friends occasionally run a section of it on our way to the rally. Most folks pitch their tent in the camping area, then go to the GPS tent to get a batch of local rides loaded up onto their devices. These range in difficulty from easy to advanced and can be done in a guided or self-guided fashion. This past year, I had some off-road newbies with me, so I enjoyed the more relaxed pace of the beginner routes. Several training schools bring classes to the rally as well. Last year, a friend and I took a class with Jimmy Lewis and Paul Neff. She ADV leads women-only riding clinics, and there's an Enduro challenge course where you can test your stump jumping skills.
Oh, wait,
Right.
they're going to jump John?
Depends on what you give me first.
Did you consent to this?
I could with the right gift.
So anyway, Zach continues. The whole thing is a blast. At night, we all gather around a huge bonfire and enjoy beers with all the new friends we've made. I live in North Seattle and will most likely be riding out to the rally either Thursday or early Friday. I would be happy to host anyone up at my place before or after the event and could lend my CRF 250 Rally to someone who needs a bike.
Dibs.
And some gear to someone if they wear size medium gear and size 11 boots.
Not dibs.
I've included some pics from the rally. It's a mix of this year and the past few years. The thing is always such a great time. Please consider it. Keep up the good work. Zach Cyphers, the motorcycle librarian.
Oh, the motorcycle
Thanks, Zach.
librarian. Reading is sexy.
This actually looks pretty cool. It does look up our
And it looks like in a
alley-ish.
beautiful part of the state, kind of right in the middle.
It's all the camping, but these are people
up in the Cascades, right?
actually camping in a field as opposed to like vintage days where we got all sorts of
trailers,
just
RVs
everything.
and shit. Yeah,
RVs and trailers and everything. Yeah, but I don't know this. And it looks like they just have a lot of like day rides going off. It looks pretty cool. Thank you for that tip. Yeah, definitely. I've been looking into it. We've had a few suggestions. I think, I so appreciate the offer for a bike. I think that, the AIM Expo, one of the things I love about AIM Expo and the One Show is we don't need to have bikes to enjoy it. We can just fly there, do interviews, be in the middle of everything, enjoy it. Whereas when it's a kind of rally where you're going off and doing day rides every day, you're not staying locally. That seems to be more of like more of a local kind of thing. Everyone come in for the rally, but it looks like an excellent rally. I just don't know if we don't have bikes, if we could just fly in and enjoy it.
Well, ride if I was going to go.
Up to Washington?
Yeah. I mean, these rallies seem fun. Matt, breaking away, Matt just did the one down in Anza Borrego, ADV rally down at Anzo. And he said it was a blast. So I think these ADV rallies look like to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'd be interested in going up to that for sure.
Yeah, I like ones that have like seminars and classes and a lot of stuff to see and do during the day, but rather than just leaving. I mean, like our own rally, we go off and go do day rides and kind of nothing's happening during the middle of the day. So I appreciate it. Keep the suggestions coming. Touretech is a pretty cool looking rally, and those look like our people as well. Jim, you have another one there?
I do. This is from Mike D. Mike D. The D is for dangerous. He says you can come and get some of this. No, I made that up. Hey, Mike, let's see. Recently you mentioned visiting Dale's Wheels Through Time and Tail the Dragon as part of your event schedule.
Right.
Since you're looking for something different, I will point out that Thunder in the Smokies exists.
Oh, right. I looked this up. This is also interesting.
That was you the last time we had Thai food. Okay. I've never been. I've never been because it's not my scene. But one of those things you keep almost going to because it's relatively close. AMA is there because they've advertised the July rally as part of their Gypsy Pen thing in their magazine last year. I specified July because it happens in Maggie Valley 3 times a year.
Yeah.
So a link to the event is handlebarcorral.com. Handlebar, like handlebars, handlebarcorral.com for whatever that is. And then keep it between the ditches. Mike D. from South Carolina. P.S. Hi, Mike D., who emails from Southern California. But Mike D. from Southern California can't get boiled shrimp.
So this is really interesting to me. They have a spring rally, a summer rally, and a fall rally. So this is like they've got it going on.
And where's this at again?
Maggie Valley, North Carolina. Is that?
Is it? I don't know. He's from South Carolina, so it's out that way.
I know people that were in Maggie Valley. North Carolina. And so there's one May 5th through 7th. One June 30th to July 2nd, and one September 8th to 10th.
Cool.
And that's pretty cool. Featured on...
Is it a Harley only thing, or is it...
Featured on Corbin's Ride On, Carolina Cruiser TV, and an Easy Rider magazine.
Sounds like a scooter event.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I'm seeing a bunch of. I think it's kind of like maybe even like Born Free or something. Where you get a bunch
if Corbin's a sponsor,
yeah,
big twin stuff.
Exactly, and a lot of people staring at bikes. But I think it's amazing if they're doing 3 rallies a year.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's pretty cool. Thank you for that. I have one here, and this is pretty cool. It's called Nikon Redemption.
Oh.
Yeah. And this is from Ken. And he says, "Hey, Liza and Misfits. This is Ken from Fort Collins, Colorado. I don't know if you listen to the Front End Chatter podcast, but in episode number 171, there's a listener giving his take on the Nikon. I've been a critic of the bike, but some of my criticisms have been assuaged by him. You may gain a few new defenses in discussing the bike with haters. Love the podcast." So I did. Yeah, I check out Front End Chatter. These 2 British guys are pretty good. They've been doing it a long time. Mm-hmm. They're pretty good. But they let people like record a review and just send it in, and they just played it. And it was a guy who just gave his review of the Nikon. And it was what I expected, that it is a bike that is capable and confidence building and fun in the turns and twisties. And so that's exactly what I'm looking for. And, I'm actually getting more excited when I forget about the weird abomination of the front end. I like that motor. When, this is the MT-09, the FJ-09, like how many things have this motor? I remember when I first rode the FJ-09, I'm like, I love this triple. Mm-hmm. This is a great motor. And so this is a motor that I love. Triples hit a sweet spot for me.
I think the best thing about that bike is I think you get to legally park in handicap spots now. I don't even think you need a placard. You just pull right in.
Hang a placard on it. All right. Who else has got an email to read? John, you got one?
Yep. Okay. All right. This is from Joe Miller.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Greetings, Misfits. Thanks for the great podcast. It really hits the spot when a motorcycle junkie like myself is forced to drive a car.
Oh.
Just turn it on and my long commute gets much more bearable. I had an idea about what to do with your overabundance of gear you recently received. The idea is to get the stuff out to those who need it. Why not partner up with some trainers such as the MSF courses or some beginner dirt bike classes? First-time riders who are just getting into the hobby may not have all the gear, and we all know how expensive it is to get. Heck, you could even kit out an enclosed trailer with the gear and take it to the first day class for new riders to search through. Thanks again for all the great work.
Yeah, thank you very much. These are all things we've considered. In fact,
I think we should just do a drive-by and throw it out and then take off. Just throw a whole load of it out and run.
In fact, all the dirt biking gear, when we get a good stash, it goes to firstrides.org. So straight away, though we did get some good armor today. And the thing I found, and I too thought that, hey, this is simple. I'm going to reach out to some of these schools, people we know, some of the misfits run schools. And I said, hey, I got a bunch of gear. Let's take some tubs over and you can keep gear there. They're like, we don't have anywhere to put tubs.
Yeah.
We don't have room.
Space is a thing.
I was like, okay. I just assumed like everyone had like a garage or a trailer or a thing that they could just put tubs of gloves and tubs of jackets. They're like, no, we don't have room for this.
Yep.
So
it's all full of bikes.
Yeah. So that's the problem. And then for me, it becomes a job. You know, some of the suggestions of like, why don't you sell it on eBay and raise money for nonprofits? Great. Well, if I quit my job and just ship stuff full time, you know, I could do that. But that's the thing. Even just going to a swap meet, it is a lot of work because, again, none of the money is going to go to me or the garage. It would go to a nonprofit if there's any money raised, because that's been my promise. When you donate your gear, it's going to go to get to the people who need it. And if we have so much that we have to sell it, then I'll find a place for money to go. But then that also becomes a big task, a job for me to transport and pay for a space, you know? So right now it's a bit under control. I'm just going to put out the word. Maybe I even need to make flyers.
Well, Liza, I had a thought.
Yeah.
About the gear. Because you talked about last week about not wanting to sell it because it's donated, but then you started talking about raising money. I had a thought. Instead of selling it to raise money, what if you advertise it as like just a gear giveaway if you and if you give a donation of some amount and let the person just decide whatever donation amount they want to give? That might end up bringing even more money in for a good cause.
So, who knows? But still have it here for free, but then have just a donation bucket.
For whatever you can afford.
Right.
If it's a dime or it's $100.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
or whatever you feel like.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
I'll start. Let's start a donation bucket. Yeah, not a bad idea. I think I just need to really put the word out. Worst case scenario, maybe I'll do some post to local riding groups, spread the word. We have gear. Then we usually get like kind of opportunists who are hoarders, but I think maybe I'll even hide some of the really good like Arai helmets and stuff and kind of save those for the right person. You know,
yeah, the real nice stuff.
Yeah, to a young kid. Jim, did you have another one, or did you read that one yet?
I read it. Yep,
okay, Bagel, you have one last one?
I do. Is this one you wanted me to read, or just wanted me to? Let me see here. Hang on one second. So this is from Manochima about the UK Classic Motor Show.
Yeah.
He writes, "Hey, I thought you might appreciate these photos from the Classic Motor Show at the NEC in Birmingham, which I took yesterday. It's mostly about cars, some very nice ones, but there were a lot of bikes and scooters. I took some pics for Bagel. I particularly like the dual control scooter. Current vehicles, 2022 KTM 1290 Super Adventure S,
Nice.
2021 Triumph Speed Twin, 2020 KTM 690 Enduro R, 2023 BMW E93 M3, a 1976 911 Carrera 3.0. Owned for
Nice.
40 years and freshly rebuilt by me. Wow,
Right
that's
on.
Wow,
nice.
well done.
Wow.
I've just retired and I have been an IAM advanced rider for a few years.
Cool.
Perhaps Emma could explain what that is.
If
And
she was
Emma,
here.
we're not old fuddy-duddies, despite the myths. We ride very progressively. Annual trips to the Pyrenees feature, and we're off to the Dolomites in September.
Oh, cool.
Thanks for providing so much information and entertainment over the years. Best, Mano Chima, Ebford, Devon, UK.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I figured you
Nice.
would like all those pictures too, Bagel.
Yeah, actually, I was checking those out. There's some very nice Michaelettas that were there. At least 3 of them.
Is that a small
Yeah,
Michael?
It's like a Stromboli, right?
It's a German scooter that's made by
Calzone.
Maiko.
Oh,
The Michaeletta was a very popular scooter back in the late 50s, early 60s. I also see a Lambretta Model D, and the dual control Vespa he's talking about looks like it's a late 50s Vespa VBA that was set up for a driving instructor bike.
Oh.
So that you as the rider would sit in the front with the controls, and there's a second set of handlebars behind the driver's seat in front of the passenger seat.
what?
That the instructor would use these second controls to control the bike in an event that the rider, the student rider, was not doing a good job.
Whoa! I've never seen one of those. Wow.
Yeah, this is not something that has been used a whole lot, at least not in this country. But I have seen German versions of this too, and apparently this was a thing in the UK as well back in the day. Whereas as a student rider, you had to take a passenger on. You had to take your instructor on as a passenger.
Oh wow!
And follow their instructions. And if you screwed up, they would take over control of the bike and pull in the clutch on you or give it gas or
Wow.
whatever.
No pressure.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
kind of
it's-
cool. I've never seen
Yeah, it's
it.
pretty wild. And now I don't think that the second hand. Well, no, actually, I take that back. That second set of handlebars does steer because there is a rod going from the left side
Oh.
of the second handlebars to the actual
It
handlebars.
does. Look, Jim, there's a rod from the
That's-
front handlebar
Oh
down
wow!
to
Look
the
at
back
that.
handlebar.
Perfect. Just
That-
a little linkage.
So you
Yeah, it's
you
just a
could
linkage.
ride that bike sitting on the rear seat just by yourself.
Wow.
That's pretty wild. And then I see a couple of other older Vespas and Lambrettas in there, including a really, really cool
Oh my gosh.
early 50s loaded for a bear English Douglas Vespa.
Look at this thing, Jim. It's
Oh my gosh!
yeah, it looks like it's seen
Vespa-
battle.
it does.
Yeah, the Vespa Club Nottingham
Yeah.
banner on the front of it. That's a really cool bike because in the late 40s and early 50s, I think, or maybe starting in the early 50s, they built Vespas in the UK. The Douglas company built them under license for Vespa because Piaggio couldn't produce enough of them for the UK market.
Okay, and I have to say, Bagel, I don't know if you saw the one with the banner in the back with the name of the Scooter Association. This is the best
Yes.
named scooter association ever.
Yes. The Awfully Pleasant Scooter Association.
Awfully pleasant.
I love it.
That's perfect.
I
Love it.
That's great.
love that.
Perfect.
Yep.
Wow.
But yeah, it looks like they had a great turnout of scooters there.
Well, thank you
Yeah.
so much for sending that in. You know, I noticed in his list, he said that he has a KTM 1290 Adventure S. Is that an
Mhm.
adventure bike?
It says adventure in it.
It
No.
says it on the brochure.
But
Or is
it's
that branding?
But the S is for, I guess, street or sport. That is the sport touring. I mean, yeah, no, yeah.
Well, it's like my Tiger. My Tiger's an adventure bike in some models, but mine's the touring model.
But
T.
it's like
Yeah.
here's one.
Yeah,
Load it
exactly.
up with luggage and ride it through some sand, and then you tell me how
And
much.
if
If it's
it
an
falls-
adventure, but then you'll know.
No, you're right. And this is where it's getting cloudy. I mean,
and
yeah,
pick it up.
it says adventure, but it's the S. The Adventure R is the legit off-road bike, but the S is more of a adventure styled street bike. So yeah, it does get cloudy in there, doesn't it? Well, I'm curious about. Let's find some more of these not sure what it is bikes, and let's define them, because that's what we get to do, because we are the misfits and we make decisions for people.
Poor decisions.
Exactly.
Definitely for ourselves. Yeah.
Exactly. Jim, you got any adventures this week you're going on?
This week, no, but Thanksgiving week I'll be down in Borrego Springs for 4 days riding down there. So Anza Borrego, Ocotillo Wells, Salton Sea, that whole area. That'll be happening. And then I did want to, I think I can announce the first annual Misfits Desert Hair Weekend.
What?
I think we're going to call it. Yes.
It's happening?
It's happening. So this is going to be the week of January 2024, starting somewhere around January 30th and 31st, going through the weekend of February 3rd and 4th.
That's Groundhog Day.
That's exactly why we planned it that day. No, we actually, what we're planning, it's going to be at Johnson Valley, and it's just, the only rule is bring some fun and a piece of firewood. That's about it. But we're going to meet in Johnson Valley down in Mojave Desert, BLM land. And
but no, it's dry camping, and you got to bring everything to sustain.
Yeah, we'll talk more about it. But it's out in the desert.
Yeah.
Bring your shit, have a good time. But we're going to just bring the more the merrier. But it's also the same weekend, just lastly, as the final race day of the King of the Hammers.
Oh,
so we're on part of the race course for King of the Hammers. So we can always, so we're going to bump into that craziness too.
I'm not saying no, but I'll ask you honestly, Jim, do you want me there?
You would hate it. You would hate it.
See, I knew he'd be.
You'd have to rent a motorhome and bring it out if you could.
Now, what I think you would enjoy is like if you were down there and you took my truck or somebody's truck and just explored. It's a hoot four-wheeling out there. So something to think about.
Well, you don't think my Enduro would have fun doing some exploring?
There's just too much sand.
Oh.
Even if you're going to go on a sandy route, there's going to be a lot of sand.
Well, I'll get the knobbies on the Niken then.
Perfect. Yes.
I just realized.
You just need on the rear tire, though, not the front.
I just realized, how do I put the Niken on the trailer if I ever need to? It doesn't fit into the wheel chock.
Back it up. Can you back it up?
You'd have to back it up.
Is there a middle one?
Good luck pushing that backwards up 3 ramps.
No.
Got to back that thing up.
Oh.
Are you going to need to get an ATV ramp for it to get it in the back of a truck?
Well, my trailer has the wide ramp.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you got that big butt.
Ooh, this is a whole nother problem. I appreciate your honesty, because honestly, you guys do have so much fun. I'm like, I would like to go. I don't think I'd go off on the rides you're doing that are getting into some of the hairy stuff, but I love just going exploring what's over there.
But just riding to the bathroom, you'll be going through like sand.
Exactly.
What I mean? Just to go to the bathroom. So, I mean, not all the riding's like that. There's incredible variety, but there's always the ever-present sand.
I appreciate your honesty. Yeah. I will not be attending then.
But I would share with you.
You can stand and hang out, though.
Real quick, not to talk about it, but me and Scotty did a ride down in Southern California last weekend in the Southern Sierras.
Yeah.
And there was a road called Sherman Pass Road that you would love. It's just miles and miles of super twisty, beat up pavement with huge elevation gains and drops. It was just like for miles and miles and miles. So that I think you would totally enjoy. So
maybe it's time to get a quad.
We'll stop being friends.
And John, how long are you going to be in Florida?
Yes, I'm here through the 22nd. And just what?
Are you riding your Harley?
I will be, yes. I got to get it back.
Are you wearing pants?
As little as possible. So if you see the naked fat guy going down the street on a tiny Sportster, that's me, baby.
Wearing a paper shopping bag as pants?
And a bra. Yeah, so it's I'm looking forward to riding a Harley a little bit. It's for those that don't know, it was my dad's who recently passed, so I inherited a Harley.
Wow.
So that'll be fun. So, but I did before I left, I finally got fed up with the DRZ and the crappy carburetor.
Oh, so
I found out, this is a good tip for folks who have pumper carbs on your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
For $99, if you send it to I never get their name right. Kaheen? Is it Kaheen or Kahine?
Kehan? Kean, yeah.
There you go, Kean. They will go through the carburetor for you. So I think I talked to Emma, and she's like, send it. So
not bad.
Ship it back to them. They do a sonic cleaning on it and a full rebuild, and send it back to you for $99. So
sweet.
That I feel like was worth every penny to get that thing sorted the right way.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. That was cool.
Yep.
Cool. Well, and Emma's going to be gone for a while, I think. She's got...
How many weeks is she in Vietnam?
Vietnam? Well, it's all up in the air right now. We will see. But she may be gone for a while. So, and John, with you gone, and I had to rope Jim into staying.
Am I still here?
Spirit.
But John, keep drinking for the shows. I like drunk Stumpy.
There we go. I'm trying to audition for the Cleveland Moto podcast.
Oh, yes, Bagel, you got something?
Yeah, I have something because last week you had an email from I think his name was Tim.
Oh yeah,
and he had a little fling poo scrambler.
Yeah.
And you guys went all over the map, like trying to figure out what was going on with that bike.
Yes.
And I think Phil was not the only one screaming at the radio. I have some ideas here. Now we don't know exactly what type of bike or engine this is, right?
Right. Though a lot of them are a Honda clone.
Well, right. And I was going to say, if it's a 125, it most likely is a Cub engine.
Right.
Okay.
And with the symptoms that he was describing to me sounded like a clutch that is an auto clutch that is not fully disengaged.
Interesting.
When you put it into gear, or it's not fully disengaged. So when you put it into gear, it's actually causing the engine to start to stall, and then when you try to rev it, that engages the clutch even more, and then that just stalls out the engine.
Right. He said it idled just fine, but when you try to put it under load,
it might just need a clutch adjustment, is all. And
you sure
it could
we didn't say that?
Well, you and Scotty did touch on a clutch very, very briefly. It said, the clutch isn't adjusted. Yeah, maybe something, but then they just went on to something else after that.
Okay.
But I have a very strong suspicion that it's a clutch adjustment, whether it's an auto or manual clutch, because it could be either.
Good.
But that's my thought. There probably, though, is also a fuel issue too, because of how when I think he said when it was in neutral and he tried to gas it would hesitate a little bit off of idle. So and that sounds like a carburetor adjustment, but this is a fuel injected bike. So I'm wondering if maybe there's a little bit of an air leak in some of those rubber.
I think I said that too.
Placed. Okay, yeah, because I think there may be more than one problem going on there.
Okay.
But those are my guesses.
Well, cool. And my final plug for the show. Since it's officially winter-ish, even though it's officially winter, which means spring. What do we have to look forward to? The Misfits Rally. People have already been signing up. Relda and Marcus signed up for our rally. It is going to be April 18th through 21st. We added one more day. Jason, who was here today, said yes, he will come again. He'll be doing a little seminar on suspension and doing setups.
Great.
Nice.
You charge what, $40 and he'll do your suspension setup. Great deal. Yes. So we're already working on that. Oh, Jim. You can go to breakingawayadventures.com and look for the Misfits Rally. And you can also find it in the show notes. I think we're ready to wrap up. Thanks, Jim, for sticking it out.
Yes, happy to be here.
And thank you for bringing the
bringing
candy.
Mexican food. You're lucky.
So
you're welcome.
Yeah,
Mexican
I can finally
dinner.
go eat. But especially
you didn't
thanks.
eat all day, did you?
No, but especially thanks to everyone who stuck around and helped unload.
You had
all
a lot
that
of people
gear.
helping. Yeah,
we had people moving gear fast and unloaded and got it all organized into the shop in different directions. So that was really, really cool. So yeah, appreciate everyone working on helping us with that. I guess it's nice. The final thanks is, of course, to our listeners and to people who email in. Keep emailing us. Sorry, say that again.
Patreon subscribers, we love you.
Patreon subscribers. I was going to say, keep emailing us your suggestions for rallies, events, that kind of stuff. I want to know what's going on out there that maybe we can fly in, check out. It would be fun to do some interviews. And yeah, maybe born free. I don't know. We're gonna try some different stuff. So thank you everyone for listening. I think it's time to get out of here. Let's go. This is Liza.
Thank you, Jim.
Stumpy John.
Bagel.
And we are out of here.
Cool.
Cool.
Cool.